2008 was a pretty solid year for video games. Games such as Fallout 3, Left 4 Dead, Wrath of the Lich King, and MGS4 are all games that come to mind when I think back to my high school days, and one thing that they all had in common was that they were all met with fairly good reception from critics, and if you Google best games of 2008, you'll see them all proudly featured at the top of the page. Code of Honor 2 Conspiracy Island, however, is not on that list. Code of Honor 2 is a first-person shooter on PC made by CI Games that reviewers were not a fan of. IGN even went as far as to suggest that you actually enlist in the army rather than play it. Not wanting to potentially miss out on a great game just because of some lousy reviews, I acquired a copy and played it for myself. The plot of Code of Honor 2 is simple. A terrorist group takes over a secret military base on a secluded island and with the threat of a nuclear detonation demand a large ransom from the government. Shortly after arriving on the island, you learn that the leader of the terrorist group is also present and you're sent off alone to go kill him. The main problem with ripping off the plot of Metal Gear Solid is that Metal Gear Solid already exists, and you can't compete with Metal Gear Solid if your game is only 2 hours long and nothing your characters do make any sense. Throughout the game, your squad is constantly splitting up despite the fact that all the levels are linear, and sometimes after clearing a level, you're expected to clear it again in the opposite direction because your squad was ambushed or because there's a switch you need to go flip. The antagonist of the game only has a few seconds of screen time, and both of his cutscenes are just awkward cutaways. The boss encounters, which are all helicopters, are all killed in one shot using a heat-seeking missile, and the final encounter just requires you to run up and hit F when you get to the landing pad. The last few moments of the game are such an awkward disappointment that I have to wonder if it was just made as a joke. Some of these design and story choices could be forgiven if the game did things well on a technical level, but sadly that's not the case. It goes without saying that the graphics in this game are abysmal, and all the footage I've shown was taken while playing the game on the optimized resolution according to the menus. It's impossible to navigate the levels without getting stuck on the geometry, and this is made even worse if you're in contact with an environmental hazard when it happens. On 2 separate occasions, I found myself stuck in a death loop because the game autosaved at the moment I was killed by a broken electrical panel I was stuck on, and I had to load the game from the start of the level, which was made even worse still because the cutscenes are non-skippable. Even all of this could be excused if at the end of the day I could say that I had fun playing it, but as you could probably tell from the tone of this review so far, that didn't happen. The gunplay isn't satisfying in the least, and there were only 2 guns that even felt viable, so instead of swapping out weapons, I would just keep switching between the 2 when one of them started running low on ammo. So, could the game that everyone universally hated for 10 years actually be brilliant? The answer is no, but thanks for clicking on my video. I'm Devin from Video 2, and if you liked this video, consider leaving a comment and subscribing. Until next time, thanks for watching.